Hello, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube Saints. I'm Jeff Holiday, your host. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nicholas Gorov.
Hello, everyone. Tonight on YouTube Saints, we're going to cover an exceptional environmental catastrophe. Emergency crews have been dispatched to northern Dakota in an effort to clean up an unexpected water spill that has unfortunately spoiled an otherwise pristine oil slick beneath a pipeline. We'll cover this and more with our guest, Brad something or other. Brad, how are you tonight?
It's Brad Smith. Thank you very much.
Yes, Brad Smith.
We got the Cinema Snob. Yes.
We got the
What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
And by the way, as a matter of trivia, Brad Smith is actually the name that shows up on 3 of his 6 different passports.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I have a different name every country I visit. That's crucial.
There was that one time in Azerbaijan when everyone was so enthused about that one review you did, they kept trying to put things in you.
That was an anniversary special. that was the 100th episode.
Those weren't locals. That was my wife.
Okay, so before we came live, and I'm really excited for this episode. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Before we went live, we were talking a little bit about movies that you didn't really gauge whether the person would be very cool watching it. And your example was your favorite movie, Caligula, right?
Yeah. So this was 13 years ago or something like that. I'm dating this girl, and she wanted to see what my favorite movie was, and then she also said she hadn't seen Clockwork Orange before. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do a double feature. We'll do Clockwork, we'll do Clockwork Orange and Caligula. Practically a Disney double feature.
That's
like watching Mulan and The Little Mermaid.
It's really, really close. Like, there is royalty in all of the movies. And so we watched Clockwork Orange. That went over really well. She really loved that movie. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe she'll like Caligula. And when I get up to put in Caligula, she's like, yeah, I just don't like stuff with like penetration in them. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, this is going to go well.
Did
like 20 minutes. I was young and dumb enough at the time to be like, oh, well, maybe she'll still like it. Like, so I did say like, oh, well, there's some pretty rough shit in here. And she's like, no, I want to see it. I go, okay. So I put it in. It's so awkward. Like, I could have put in like a snuff film of like her childhood teddy bear, and like that would have been less awkward. Like 20 minutes into it, she goes, I don't like this. And I'm like, okay. So I got up and shut it off. And she goes, no, it's your favorite movie. I go, if you're not liking this movie now, it's not going to get better for you.
It just gets worse.
Now, was this after you were married or when you were dating?
Oh, this wasn't with my wife. This was
clearly not. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it was over after this. No, like this was just a girl I dated like 12, 13 years ago. The relationship I was in after that, I was like, you know what? I'll just loan the movie to. But my wife has seen it, and she loved it. So I'm like, finally, a match made in heaven.
So
you're a keeper and an excuse for a life insurance policy.
Yes.
I had a tendency to kind of do that too, to like to gauge if somebody was really right for me. And I've been a fan of extreme cinema for a long time, so I would usually start out pretty light, maybe some Meet the Feebles.
Oh yeah, it's got puppets in it.
Yeah, it's puppets and super aids and oh boy. And I had a couple of awkward moments with that. I did realize that there are limits, however. Don't ever show a date necromantic.
But it's got such beautiful music in it.
It really does. Cinematography-wise, it's actually rather kind of a marvel. It's an art film.
It's a love story, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got romantic in the title.
Here's a great question. Between the films Necromantic and perhaps, let's say, the Twilight series, a girl you're dating, she suddenly really wants to watch one of those. Which one concerns you more?
Twilight.
I guess I don't neither, because I've been in those situations before. My first wife was a huge Twilight fan, so I never even heard of it when the
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I heard that correctly. You did preface that by saying my first wife, right?
my first wife. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad everything's falling into place now. Thank you. Continue.
I'd been in that situation before. When the first movie came out, I'd never heard of the book series, but Jillian, she was really, really, really big into the book, so she was excited for this movie. So I hadn't really heard much of it, and then the movie came out. I go see it with her at the midnight showing for it. I'm kind of sitting there like, I don't know, maybe the books are better or something.
No.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second. Was this a prequel to Water for Elephants? I don't get it.
I don't understand the sparkling. What's going on? And I think she says, like, she goes like, no, the book is better. And I'm like, really? Is it?
No.
It's not saying much.
No, it's not. It's really not. Okay, so the thing is, like, a lot of people give the Twilight movies a lot of shit, and they should, because they're bad, and they're just terrible. They're terrible movies. But the thing is, as somebody who loves so bad it's good, it's the two-part of the last one. I think it's called Breaking Dawn or something like that.
Breaking Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, part 1, the end of part 1 is quite possibly the biggest, funniest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, dude. And the whole second part of Breaking Dawn is like fucking hilarious, with like slow motion wolf falling into canyon.
Oh my god. And the werewolf wants to fuck the baby.
I was personally really impressed that they were actually able to, like, use a clip art still from Mount Rushmore and motion track it to Kirsten Stewart's face so effectively, because it was just she was not going anywhere. It was great.
And you're right, like those movies being bad, and they certainly are, but when you go back and think about it, like, yeah, they are still bad, but a lot of the movies that came out afterwards that were part of that genre were a lot worse. Mm-hmm. Like The Host, and so like yeah.
Here's the devil's dilemma for everyone, if you guys can remember what it was, because I was discussing it on my previous Patreon stream before here. But let's ask ourselves this: which is worse, the Twilight series or Kindred the Embraced?
I never saw Kindred the Embraced.
That's a tough one. That's a tough
Isn't it
one.
Just? Okay. Yeah. I'll describe it this way, and you will get the entirety of everything you need to know. Kindred the Embraced was a vampire series on Fox, I believe, that was produced by the same guy who made Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but I know exactly what you. I know exactly what you.
It was actually based off the White Wolf role-playing game, Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why, like, me and all my role-playing nerd friends were like, yeah, we gotta watch this. And we watched the first episode, and we're like, let's go die.
Watch the first episode, and you're, like, hooked.
Yeah, suddenly this hosier cosplay that I'm doing on the show tonight doesn't feel quite as gay.
Yeah.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. I'm
dressed exactly the same as the last podcast you and I did together.
No, it's good. Listen, consistency is key. If there's one thing that the algorithms taught us, it's consistency is key. Am I right?
Yes.
But but I mean, just I remember. I only remembered this tonight because a friend of mine gave me a VHS box set that he had, and he's like, "Oh, this is a great vampire series, dude." And I'm thinking, like, all right, well, you're a horror nut. This will be cool. Yeah, it was nothing except a bunch of vampires walking around extremely emo about the fact that the people they had fallen in love with couldn't understand.
Yeah. I'll stick with the David Dakota version.
Yeah, it's like, just give me James Woods slaughtering zombie vampires.
Dude.
I'll accept that. Bram Stoker can eat a dick at that point. I'm fine.
Give me George Clooney in a vampire strip club with a wooden stake and a jackhammer. I'm fucking set.
Oh,
okay,
he did have a stake and a jackhammer, didn't he?
Yeah, dude, I love that movie.
You know, here's the fucked up thing. I remember when seeing like you know, back when what was that? It was on E Entertainment, and they had that like it was like a coming attractions show where they'd show all the trailers. Yeah, I remember like there was a series of still shots of Clooney in that suit with that weird fucking jackhammer stake thing, and then a whole bunch of other guns. And they didn't say what the movie was, and I'm like, did they actually make a Doom movie? Oh God! And then it was like, and then it was that thing, and I'm like, oh, it's Robert Rodriguez jerking Tarantino off on celluloid. That's great.
And I love that movie. I saw that movie 3 times when it was out.
Are we talking about the movie Doom?
No. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, from Dusk.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the first like production stills of From Dusk Till Dawn came out with Clooney, but they didn't say who it was, my teenage mind at the time took that refrigerator-shaped face of his and compared it to that of the Doom hero, and I'm like, that's got to be the Doom movie. Oh my God, it's finally happening.
Okay.
We're finally getting it. It's going to be awesome.
And we did eventually get it, and it wasn't any good. It was real bad.
I honestly never saw the Dwayne Johnson Doom movie.
It's on Netflix.
If we really want to go to a Doom movie that we can accept, we could just go to that Ice Cube movie, Ghosts of Mars.
Hell yeah!
Kind of the same thing, and that kind of works.
The ending, like walking off, like let's do what we do best.
Oh, that was good. Oh no, damn! I was gonna pretend to be upset, but actually, now that you mention it, that was pretty cool. Damn it!
It kind of was, man. It's Jason Statham, Ice Cube, and Pam Grier on Mars with a bunch of like weird, creepy, like ghost sadomasochists. Like, I'm kind of digging this.
Yeah, it was like 13 Ghosts meets The Martian.
yeah, dude.
Maybe I'll have to give that one another shot. Like sci-fi horror is a huge thing that I love. I love sci-fi horror. Like, one of my favorite movies is Event Horizon. Like, I adore it.
No, that's just a fucking dope movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but I mean, it's great though, because we can look back onto the movies that we regarded as horrendously bad, not counting Spawn, from the 90s, and say to ourselves, wow, like the genuine try-hard studio attempts to make big blockbusters, which suck these days, make those movies look like Citizen Kane. Fucking wonderful.
Surely you're not talking about Wrinkle in Time.
I mean, I was thinking Transformers, but yeah, if you want to go there.
Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen A Wrinkle in Time. I don't think I'm going to.
Well, there is a part in which, like, you know, Oprah runs around saying, "You get a wrinkle in time. You get a wrinkle in time. Everybody gets a wrinkle in time."
That was actually the whole movie.
Yeah, it was a great scene. The pentumulus,
especially in 3D.
I felt like I got a wrinkle in time because it was 2 hours, but it felt a lot longer.
Yeah, I aged about 20 years when the movie finished.
Well, there is at least one movie that I am looking forward to. I was looking forward to The Predator,
Dark Phoenix,
and then I saw it, and now yep. You know, I watched your midnight review of The Predator, and like you're still fucking laughing getting into the car and shit, and I was like, that's exactly how I felt watching that movie. That was so.
Well, it didn't take long into the movie before I was like, because for the problems I had with the movie, I still kind of enjoyed it. But it didn't take me long into the movie till I was like, oh, okay, so it's a comedy.
Yeah.
The Predator is doing prop humor in the movie.
just get like two predators after something explodes. They look at each other like.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like, but you know, like for the problems I had with it. And I did. There was enough that I did enjoy about the movie. I did love the bus full of crazy guys.
That was pretty clever. It was. But I will say there's one that I'm actually looking forward to, and I hope that nothing about this falls apart, because if so, suicide is on the table. As if Denis Villeneuve fucks up Dune. If he fucks up Dune, I might actually kill myself.
That's happening?
Yeah, that is actually 100% happening now.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I don't want it to.
Why?
That's a risk because that's a risk I don't want to run. I mean,
well, it's not like, let's say the movie comes out and it's bad. It's not like, oh man, I can't believe there's now a bad Dune movie.
I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else I need to foist up. That's like big. I don't want another big budget anything that I need to foist up and put next to the cable access version that was the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries and say, Sci-Fi Channel still did it better despite the fact people were running in place. Like, running in places.
That's how I am with every like Fantastic Four movie that comes out. I'm always like, the Roger Corman one is still the best one.
It is. It fucking isn't that weird? That's so strange
Yeah.
to me. Oh.
Well, no, what I hate though is that the original Dune movie, where like where Sting is basically playing Tommy Wiseau, I hate the fact that I need to say that chintzy ass sci-fi remake, which was the sequel to that, by the way, was what introduced me to James McAvoy. And
was that Children of Dune?
Yeah, Children of Dune, which itself, and Children of Dune, for anybody who hasn't read the book, Children of Dune on Sci-Fi was basically like a mishmash of the second and third books. They just smashed them together.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was still well done. But I hate the fact that like people are like, oh no, that old school Dune movie is great, dude. With the voice thing where they had
Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, because like you took a brilliant concept such as the voice and a brilliant concept such as the weirding way, and you mash them together into hey, basically it's a fucking voice. You get a voice changer that turns into a gun. It's like a '90s toy that can kill people. It's great. Oh wait, that's what '90s toys were. Hey, you gotta just carry on. It's fun. And then everyone's like, "Fuck that other thing." It's like, no, they actually got into what it was about. And also, let's join PETA in taking a moment of silence for the dead whales that they had to stuff into those tanks of mustard.
1 out of every 3 streams that me and Nick do together, we fight about this movie.
That's because it was a terrible movie and you're wrong.
Every time I've tried to watch Dune, and I've seen it a few times because it's one of those movies. David Lynch's Dune. It's one of those movies where it's like, okay, maybe I'll like it this time, and I never do. I'm always like, I always sit there watching it going, I feel like I should like this. I love David Lynch. The idea of a blockbuster David Lynch big budget movie is fascinating. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of technical things about the movie that I like, but all like 3 times I've watched it, I go like, God, this feels like an eternity.
Have you read the book?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I can't argue that either. Like I feel what you're saying. I do.
Wow. Jeff, you must be feeling pretty backed into a corner right now, given that somebody who's a big fan of the books and somebody who's never read it both tell you that you're wrong.
Because
it is.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it is. You know what though? It is one of those movies that while I've tried to give it multiple chances and it just never works out, I'm friends with a few people who do really like the movie, and honestly, it's like, I get it. Like when I look at the movie, I'm like, because of the aesthetics of it, the soundtrack and other things about it, like it's not like I don't understand why somebody would like it. I do, but anytime I watch it, I'm always like, you know what? I would just much rather be watching Flash Gordon right now.
It's first and foremost the score, obviously by Toto, is incredible.
Yeah,
it's
and I love Toto.
Yeah, it's one of the best movie scores of all time. The set design was phenomenal, absolutely incredible. Their art department did a wonderful job. Their wardrobe is fantastic. And even the acting, like for the most part, the acting is solid enough, and you got some real heavyweights in there too. It's what happens.
I'm going to milk a cat.
Well, no, it's
Sting is Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I mean, the thing really comes down to basically, they tried to get David Lynch to not be David Lynch, and it was a disaster. It was just a fucking disaster.
I don't know. It felt more like they like approached David Lynch with like, you know, a big check and a bag full of mescaline, and we're like, "Would you like to make a movie?" Yes, I would. Thank you.
And like the idea of it's fascinating because of that. Like David Lynch doing a big budget science fiction film, like that's like this big mainstream studio release, like. Like it's fascinating in that regard.
Mm-hmm. In fairness, anyone who actually does, and I say this as one of the book nerds, but anybody who tries to actually take on Herbert's Dune universe, in a cinematic way, is like that's a mountain with a straight fucking like 90-degree angle to climb, and no footholds. That thing is impossible. And the fact that Sci-Fi Channel, despite their shit budget, was able to actually do what was a genuine sort of, it was honest to the source material. Yeah. And they were able to make that. I was genuinely impressed with it, especially like because I watched that first. Then I read the book. Yeah. And then once I was done with the book, I revisited that and the David Lynch film, and I'm like, okay, David Lynch, you were given a budget and a deadline, weren't you?
Alan Smith.
The second one is very important.
Yeah. It's like, well, how do I incorporate the voice? I got it. I'll make it a gun that they strap to their head.
Yeah. We get it. All right. You know what? Just stop rubbing it in my damn face.
And I'll make Baron Harkonnen like this pustuled screaming weasel who milks cats apparently.
The Lynch one is it is absolutely dependent on you already knowing the source material, and if you don't, you're fucked.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Well, Dune as an IP is almost impossible to consolidate into like a major feature film. That's why.
Totally.
Denis Villeneuve is I think he's doing a 2-part movie.
That's good.
Yeah.
It is a straight up Bible. It's like so and so begot so and so, and by the way, here's like 200 years worth of lore that explains one sentence somebody said.
No, it's not that. It's not nearly as you're thinking like this is on the level of like Lord of the Rings or some shit. It's not that bad. Mm-hmm. It's dense though. It's colorful. There's so much to it. I think Villeneuve can do it though because we have all these.
I think so too.
We do all these remakes and reboots and shit every fucking year, and it's constant and it's annoying. He actually managed to reboot Blade Runner, and honestly, I think his Blade Runner was better than the fucking original. I loved it.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. It's incredible. Then I was always that hipster who was like, Blade Runner really wasn't that good, even though it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, but I would always say that, and I'd pick it apart just to be an obnoxious prick.
Like you're writing an article like the 10 reasons you are wrong about Blade Runner.
Yeah.
By the way, Ezra Klein, where's my fucking check? Huh?
I used to do that when I was younger. When I would I'd be very pretentious about movies. Like, whatever, it's not that good. No, it's a masterpiece.
Oh, me too, man. I remember the 90s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I brought this up on a recent stream, and actually, Brad, I want to know: have you ever seen $1 Million Hotel?
The Mel Gibson thing?
Yeah.
I saw that when it hit video.
Yeah, I'm not sure it did anything other than hit video, but
come to think of it, if that went theatrical, that did not come to Springfield.
No, but when you think about it, though, it was like, it was a vehicle with Mel Gibson, Mila Jovovich, Tim Roth had a little cameo, and like there was a bunch of names in it, but none of them were put out as like, by the way, check out this star. I enjoyed that movie, I really did. Everyone else I know who saw it was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I'm like,
yeah, man, I kind of remember liking that one. I remember because I barely remember a lot about it though, because it's been that long since I've seen it. But when I went into it from some stuff that I had heard beforehand, that it just kind of got dumped on video, I did go in with pretty low expectations, and when I was watching it, I honestly remember thinking it was fine.
Well, the thing was, is like, I got turned on to it by somebody who hated it, but they were also somebody who really loved the film, Hot Boys.
Okay, yeah.
You're familiar?
No,
Wow.
but I mean, I'm picturing what it is in my head.
Oh no, it was great. No, imagine a movie made by like the late '90s, early 2000s dirty South rappers types. It was great.
So is it with a Z?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I was picturing that in my head. I was like,
Yep.
I know that's gonna have a Z in the title.
Yeah, and to give a brief plot synopsis, like corner boy, drug dealer starts making his way up the food chain, gets kind of big, and then it says his love of his life gets killed. But instead of going on a path of revenge, he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go straight gangster." And then he just sells more drugs and bangs a bunch of bitches, and then there's a car chase inexplicably where the same Ford Taurus gets blown up and crashed into 12 times. It was amazing. The same people who loved that movie were like, "Oh, this movie sucks." So I'm like, all right, I want to give this a look. And I'm like, wow, this is a really good story about like the down and out of LA, the craziest people who are shuffled into this place where society can forget them. And then a murder of a rich guy happens and all of a sudden everybody gives a shit. Wow. And then it stars Upham, the coward from Saving Private Ryan as the main character.
Jeremy Davies.
I didn't even know his name.
I haven't seen that dude in a while. Now that I think about it, like maybe since that time he played Charles Manson in a movie.
Well, he got killed on an island and lost, and he could never get back because of time loops.
That's right. He's still stuck on the island.
Let me catch up real quick on our Streamlabs. Breadmaster PBJ says the only thing worse than the hot takes on Kavanaugh's hearing are Jeff's hot takes on movies. Fuck you, Breadmaster PBJ, you prick. I love you. Gary Sanchez says, thanks for the book, Jeff. You're welcome very, very much. He actually contacted Memory and had me sign one of my books, and I mailed it to him. So that's really nice. That's cool. I can't market myself. I can't. I wrote a fucking novel years ago, and I'm just like, it's done.
I'll tell you what, Jeff. Let's get you a nice deal with Clash Books, and then I'll just take a small percentage. But then you can sign 300 copies like Vernaculus has to.
You go outside and you make like a lemonade stand, but instead of lemonade stand, it's a bunch of books.
I should.
Are you trying to make fun of my publisher, Brad?
No, that's my publisher.
What's weird though is like I live in Eugene, and Eugene is like a very artistically minded hippy dippy town. And we have a lot of like mom and pop bookstores. So when I finished my book and I put it out there, I called all these different stores and I was like, well, hey, would it be cool if I stock some of my books on your shelves, all this and all that, local author? And they're like, yeah, no, we don't do that. I'm like, what? We're anti-corporate, but not that anti-corporate. Where like we want to work with creators. Oh, yeah. My book doesn't tell you how to stick crystals up your asshole to heal your Crohn's or something. So that's probably why.
I'm telling you,
used to be able to do that with our video stores. Like here, I remember when I was younger, some of the video stores here in Springfield, there would be like indie filmmakers that would have like their horror movie that they shot on VHS, and they would take it to around to a bunch of like family videos here in town and be like, hey, will you stock our movie? And they would always be like, sure, throw it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let me ask you guys about this just because it recently came up. Have you caught the recent Red Letter Media Best of the Worst video they put out?
No,
It was for a movie called Lichen Colony, I believe. Yeah, it's an indie homespun backwoods werewolf movie. So I imagine you. Now, here was the worst thing about it. I love Red Letter Media and I love Best of the Worst, and I've seen the horror movies they watched, and this was one of the worst. And then as we were watching it, it became very apparent this was filmed in New Hampshire.
Wait a minute, that's my backyard.
That's where I live. And people are like, why don't you go out for more films, Nick? And now I can actually just reference them, this Best of the Worst video, be like, because this is what we make here. It's a bunch of semi-illiterate Italians having to have scripts written on their palms while they run around in the woods in Woodstock.
JSC Hong
If you look
says,
in the background, you can see me raking leaves.
JSC Hong says, want good vampire horror? Watch Hellsing Ultimate. Yeah, it's not bad. One Canuck says, fucking love Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez is pretty badass. I like some of his lesser known shit.
He makes bad shit that's really good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like,
does.
between him and he and Tarantino both have this thing. At least before Tarantino became like an auteur, but it was like, I am gonna hack into stale stereotypes as thoroughly as I can, and I'm going to do them as best as they can be done. And you're like, that was fun. Thank you for that.
We need more Machete movies.
Well,
I want more El Mariachi movies.
We need more Danny in general.
Mm-hmm.
Give me those tacos, and then show me movie.
There's going to be those couple guys, though, the Rodriguez filmography. The couple guys like, no, man, we need more Road Racers movies.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Mouth says, Event Horizon was sweet because they entered the warp. Indeed. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the crown of thorn. Crown of thorn? Wow. Throne of corn. Fuck off, Mouth. You're going to tease me about that later. Bearing Cab says, Jeff's favorite movie is Chairman of the Board. You know what? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Look, Pauly Shore is a genius. Actually, so I have this tendency, I'm a big comic nerd too, and if I find like in comic shops or bookstores, sometimes they'll have huge packages of like 90s X-Men comics for super cheap, like $2. You get like 8 to 10 comic books. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, cool. And I was just packaging some up yesterday, and I found on the back of one, like the full back page of it was an advertisement for Biodome.
Yes.
I was so happy. I was so happy. Oh my God. Brett Master PBJ says, we need another movie like 12 Angry Men. I never saw it. And then Dragon of the West says, this episode of YouTube Saints brought to you by House Harkonnen. Indeed. All right, we're caught up.
Yeah, I just as in response to the 12 Angry Men comment, I thought that the Ghostbusters remake by Paul Feig was that.
I don't even know what 12.
A remake of 12. We need a remake of 12 Angry Men, but one of them is a Wolverine. Make it far more interesting.
like the animal.
Yes, it's like the animal is thrown into a room with 12 angry and very scared men.
Here's what's gonna happen. Like Disney's gonna fire Susan, and they're gonna give JJ full, reign over the Star Wars franchise. But when it comes to the Marvel thing, when they acquire X-Men, they're also gonna acquire the 12 Angry Men IP, and they're gonna be like, no one will see this coming.
It finally, Marvel has the rights back to 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, it's good. It's like the entire movie is just going to be about Nightcrawler inadvertently actually teleporting into a dressing room, and then it's going to be this great thing about dressing and bathroom rights. Like, well, we can't help it when teleporters miss the mark. Sometimes they get drunk. It's like, oh, is he teleporting while intoxicated? Well, It's going to be a wonderful fucking film. I look forward to Disney tackling these issues.
I want to see the 12 Angry Men expanded universe. I want to see 13
Angry Men, 14 Angry Men,
7 irate Hispanic maids.
Well, the 12 Angry Men expanded universe would really just be about appeals.
Yeah.
9 disappointed Italian fathers.
12 Angry Monkeys.
And it's just gonna, they're gonna lead up to Christmas with a whole new 12 Angry Men musical, directed by Neil Patrick Harris.
Directed by Neil Breen.
Oh, please. Yes. Oh my God. Wait. Okay. So you're woke on the room and woke on the Breen. Are you woke on the Bradley Crienzo?
No, I don't know this one.
You will need to
I'm
join us
curious,
for a Saints. Actually, Jeff, shall we schedule a Saints movie night right here live on the air?
Well, okay, the problem with that is like he's only ever done 2 feature-length films. One you can actually find on Amazon Prime. The rest are all short films, and they're all on his YouTube channel. And like this dude, most of these short films have like 400 or 500 views. That's it. But he's amazing. He's this guy over on the East Coast, and like to give you an example of the aesthetic of these movies, when it goes to wardrobe department, it says Bradley's 80s clothes closet.
That's what my closet says.
and it's amazing because like he actually got he closed out like all of what was left of a Blockbuster video, like including the racks and the movies, and put him in his basement. And he built his whole house in this like throwback to the 80s movie set, and he makes movies in it with all of his friends. And it's amazing. It's brilliant. I love what he does. He's very self-aware that he's making silly videos, but like he acts his heart out as bad as possible, and they're great.
It's like Lem Kamazinski, who recently followed me back on Twitter, by the way. That was great.
Nice.
Also, he doesn't apparently, according to YouTube, own the rights to his own movies anymore, which is also great.
I've had that happen to me before. No, wait, it wasn't YouTube. It was a movie I did got it got content ID'd by Blip TV, which doesn't even exist anymore, saying that they own the rights to some movie that I did. I assure you, you're wrong.
Oh yeah, Len Kamazinski. He did
like Curse of the Wolf, Fist of the Vampire. Okay, yeah, no, I've seen a couple of these. Okay.
Here's the thing, and here's the thing too. When Anna recently did her first installment of the review of Amy in a Cage, which I would recommend everybody go and watch. Like, go and watch Anna's review of Amy in a Cage. It's the first one. It's wonderful because even though I'm in the movie and I love it, and Jeff loves this film.
I do actually.
He does. It is one of these so bad it's good sort of down the middle, like you either think it's genius or you think it's garbage, and there's no middle ground. And I loved watching that. And with that though, I kept hearing Huru, because I'm still friends with the director and the writer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm still friends with him. I kept hearing his voice in my head, like, oh God, no. And I just had to like calm him down in my mind, like, it's okay. Listen. When people hate your movie, it's like Oscar Wilde said, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you don't want to make just a mediocre movie.
Exactly. And also, like Allison Ashley Arm, I genuinely think she needs to emerge as a star, as like, an aged Disney star, so that the Paul brothers can have someone to compete to.
Yeah.
Like, the movie's not bad actually. It's not like so bad it's good either. It's
well made.
Well, it's like it's like what we were talking before we went live. Like, there's a certain aesthetic that comes from filmmakers and from actors like Crispin Glover, who's in Amy in a Cage, where it's like Crispin Glover. I think he once described himself as, "I embrace the aesthetic of the uncomfortable."
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And I think that's actually a direct quote. I went and I saw him live a couple of times, and he's wonderful. He's an incredible person. And Amy in the Cage it's not like any movie you'll really see because it's so viscerally in your face and shoving this message over and over, and it's obnoxious, but it's supposed to be. And it's a fascinating experience. It's just you can't watch it like you're watching a movie. You have to watch it like you're watching somebody's piece of art, Yeah.
You have to watch it with a blindfold on.
Also, the more heat that can come behind that particular movie, the greater the chance that the script that I wrote with Huru will actually get picked up. So hey, keep talking about it, everybody. Continue, please. Oh, man.
Well, my quote whenever I make a movie is, "Can I shoot this in roughly about 5 days?"
That's fair. That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I never thought of it.
And can I do it for only about $1,000 budget?
Right. Yeah. That's kind of the. I don't know. I've thought about trying to do something a larger production than some of the videos that I make, especially like the higher end ones that I put a lot of effort into. And that's actually kind of why I'm turning like half my garage now into a big green screen, so I can Phantom Menace up in this bitch. You know, like I could literally put myself anywhere, and it'd be great. I could totally make it.
By the way, guys, in the chat, you go ahead and smash that one button if you want to see Jeff actually have a lightsaber duel with himself on his multi-level green screen once it's done, because that way we can hold him to it.
I don't like Star Wars.
That makes it even better.
I don't.
So just green screen Star Wars behind you and just have you in front of it just the whole time going,
actually,
no.
even better, Jeff. Actually, even better, green screen a Star Wars background in the while you have a genuine sword fight with yourself dressed in Star Trek: The Next Generation uniforms.
Yes.
I had a
science... look at them ones. The ones are flooding in.
I had a science officer uniform, but I got too fat.
Well, listen, Jeff. Listen. Take a tip from your co-host here, right? Just hemorrhage subscribers and patrons for a while, and then you will get real skinny real fast. I promise you. You'll begin looking at like Cumberland Farms, saying, "I could be a cashier. I don't want to be though." And then you'll lose a whole lot of weight. You'll fit right back in that uniform.
There ain't no fat people in Starfleet.
There aren't, no.
Well, there was the dude Starfleet, right? Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
All of a sudden, we've got a Battlestar Galactica fan on our hands.
I was getting hopeful for a second, and I'm like, it was no.
So was it? No, wait. I'm thinking of Porkins from A New Hope.
Listen, there was Chief O'Brien. He looked like he enjoyed a Christmas ham or two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Chief O'Brien wasn't fat.
No, he wasn't fat, but he was probably the closest thing to fat you'd find in Star Trek.
No, there are fat Klingons.
That doesn't count.
Yep.
There's Jimmy Doohan in the movies.
Yeah, that's true.
There's William Shatner in the movies. Come on.
Yeah. Oh wait, guys, William Shatner.
But
just order yourself a classic Trek uniform. You'll be fine. It'll be great.
Or just order yourself a Harry Mudd costume.
No, absolutely. Okay, so everybody made fun. It's home. Oh, you know what?
Should we move on to news?
There's news? No. Look, everybody made fun of Shatner for being fat, and with good reason, because he was a very egotistical guy, and Captain Kirk was this dashing dude, and so it's, but nobody made fun of Scotty for getting fat. You know why? Because the motherfucker was a goddamn war hero. James Doohan was a badass.
I met him.
Yeah.
Nice.
His finger was literally blown off by a bullet. Like, the dude was badass.
I shook that hand.
You touched the stone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I shook James Doohan's hand, and after that, I made a point of rewatching on local television the reruns of the original Star Trek, looking every frame I could to find Scotty's hand, and the only time it showed up was when Scotty had to give testimony, and he put his hand out, and it was a hand double.
What did the stump feel like?
Creamy.
Well, no, it honestly felt like it was out of phase. Like his pinky was out of phase. It existed in a different universe, which was why that he ended up in the Next Generation in that Dyson sphere, because he was looking for his pinky finger.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
Got it.
You make me very upset sometimes, Nick.
Upset or excited, or I mean, as long as you're feeling a little stiff in the trousers.
All right.
Thinking Scotty, I'm glad. Shall we do news?
I mean, we can. It's totally fine.
Well, I mean, it's a great time to do so because like the remainder of the format is kind of like withered away and gone to shit.
Yeah, we're just like movies. I mean, but here's the thing though, like we always plan on doing the news, but since we've taken up to just like doing the news with the guest and like kind of goofing off, 9 times out of 10 lately, we just end up goofing off like this for fucking ever, and then we're like, we gotta do news. Okay, fuck. Okay.
All right, well, you know what? Let's jump to the second news item, but we'll bang through this first one.
Oh.
Yeah, Facebook says 50 million user accounts affected by a security breach. Go ahead and smash 1 if you're surprised in the chat. Go ahead and smash 2 if we should move on. Okay, yeah, we should move on.
Oh, okay.
Good. I'll bet you mine wasn't one of the accounts.
Oh, I know mine wasn't either because I deactivated that shit. if you're still on fucking Facebook, the fuck is wrong with you?
That's why you won't accept my request.
That's well, also that's why I like, you know, it's like why are you still on Facebook? Cuz it's how I stay in touch with people.
Because I have to tend to my garden.
Why are your tweets sounding so suicidal? Oh, wait, no, you're still on Facebook.
You know what? Hey, I'm going to make a case for Facebook right now. When you don't want to give your booty call your actual phone number, there's Facebook.
Damn it, I'm not single anymore.
Yeah, I know the one guy who actually like should be concerned with booty calls is completely silent. Yes, I know about the virtue of Facebook, Jeff, but it's outweighed by the cost. Because then you get to learn what they're really like. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right.
Well, I mean, honestly, too, yeah, especially if there's a man behind the curtain when, like, you're saying, wow, are those real tits? That's great. You come home, me, yeah, add me on Facebook. We'll, like, hook up afterwards. And then, you wake up and you're like, what happened?
We'll go to church tomorrow.
Yeah. You wake up on Facebook. You're like, God damn, I gotta go to Reddit in order to make myself feel more morally aligned with my society. Fuck off! No, delete your Facebook now. Yeah. By the way, 50 million users. 50 million users. Information has been compromised.
I should probably look into that because I do still have a Facebook account.
Yeah. If you think the Zuck and his friends have your best interest in mind, still, well, I'm very glad you were bumped through all the grades to graduate high school with your class. That's good for you.
I'm sure he is on my side. He lets me call him the Zuck.
Exactly. Yeah. And but. Yeah, they banned Alex Jones, so all of a sudden, all of that whole reptilian thing kind of making more sense, yeah? Right? Maybe the Zuck's Einstein outfit is actually just like that gray is just the best way to camouflage the scales. Just saying. All the same, though, yeah, get off of social media and start interacting with people directly, because if you don't do that, what's the point? Yeah. But we got a more fun news item after that. Yeah, Jeff? You see that one?
Yes. No, it's already up. Deadpool 2 is heading to theaters, and Ryan Reynolds teased it perfectly. Amidst a slew of PG-13 superhero films released every year with sword-slashing violence and filthy word use, the Deadpool franchise has set itself apart. Breaking the fourth wall in R rating, the Deadpool movies have nonetheless done extremely well, and if anything, the more mature rating has provided a much-needed and refreshing shake-up in a drowning amount of comic book genre films constantly being released. After the explosive success of Deadpool 2 over the summer, Wade Wilson is reportedly returning to theaters this holiday season. However, this time he's inviting a younger audience along. Ryan Reynolds took to Twitter to tease the release and its hilariously perfect pop culture references. Obviously, take a look. Wait, so hang on. Is this...
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was prepping this device for seppuku, but continue.
No, well, okay, so is this... They're going to release Deadpool 2 as PG-13?
Because now it's a family picture. I can't wait for them to do that with 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we're getting a PG-13 release of Deadpool 2 because eventually Disney is going to own every Sony property anyway, and we might as well make it like, I can't wait until Deadpool has a dog that talks. I can't wait for that personally. Oh my god.
It's going to be the best thing since the PG version of Freddy Got Fingered.
It's This is the wonderful thing too, is that like we get when we get Deadpool here, like we get Deadpool and we're like, oh my god, a rated R comic book film. Holy shit, I'm gonna get into the comics. Wow, This should be more than rated R. Wow, this is a great fucking story. This is a whole lot of fun. All of a sudden, we get the corporate acquisition of the property, or as I've seen mentioned, a lot of people think because, Deadpool's part of the X-Men franchise at this point, but Disney really wants it. It's not very long until we get a dumbed-down version of Deadpool until he's like, wow, I'm sick of this trucking pole shift. Hey, guys, did you get that reference? Don't tell your kids. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get This is the end of. And I'm kind of, as an old comic fan, even I'm kind of hopeful. I want this to be the end of the comic movie franchise thing, and I think it will be.
And then what? This Deadpool 2? No.
No. It's the beginning of the end.
I got you. But if it's I hope it's a giant troll thing where you go see it and it's only like 20 minutes long. It's like, jackasses, you paid $20 for this.
or it's an even worse troll, in which case, like, somebody actually paid off like 2 of the DMV clerks who staff the MPAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, to where it's like, oh no, you're gonna watch the director's cut of Deadpool now.
Oh yeah, it's actually the NC-17 version.
David Lynch, we love Fight Club. We hope you recognize this. Look, it's an extended version of a baby cock.
Okay, so we were talking earlier about I'm not bringing up Dune. Actually, I'm gonna segue into something different. Hang on. But so when David Lynch was so pissed off at how Dune turned out, he elected to have it be listed as Alan Smithy, and Alan Smithy is like the go-to name when a director is like, no, don't put my name on this piece of shit. It turned out fucking terrible. Actually, there's a history of when they modify movies for television that the director will be like, you don't get to put my fucking name on that anymore. Heat.
Yeah.
Michael Mann's Heat, when they edited it for television, he was like, fuck you, Alan Smithy that. I want nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense, because, like, Heat made for television is just... No.
Dude, yeah.
It took an impossibly long film that, like, really didn't need to be as long as it was, even though it's brilliant. It's Michael Mann. But, like, it condensed it down into, like, an actual, like, feature-length film that was just... is trash, man.
No,
half the dialogue
original...
is gone. Half the dialogue is fuck.
The dialogue itself was what made that fucking movie. That's what built the fucking tension. That's what gave Al Pacino that whole, like, I got a body stuffed in a, that's where that comes from. That's iconic cinema.
Like, I once watched a edited for television version of Pulp Fiction, and it was insane. This was like 15 years ago. It was on WGN at like 1 a.m. And like, not only were all the fucks gone, but whenever the GIMP was in the shot, they zoomed in to just completely cut him out of the movie. It was ridiculous.
I'm just like, I want like I want like an edited for TV version of like Schindler's List, when it's like, he's explaining like, well, when they come, they will take away all of your toys.
Or they put CGI clothes on them, like they did with Elizabeth Berkley and the TV Showgirls.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
It's like no. Listen, our children all have access to the internet. As parents, we are all very concerned. Stop making fun of that by pretending it's not happening.
They don't hang, aim, and goth. They just zoom in really close, and they're like, he was a naughty boy and he got a spanking, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just deported.
Mm-hmm. He was sent to Czechoslovakia, where everything worked out fine, by the way.
Not to be a big downer, but I had to take a break from the internet yesterday. I took the whole day off and I watched World War II in color, the documentary series, like the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Holy shit. Wow. That was fucked up. That was crazy.
Beyond that, wow, I would say, like, in order to take a break from the internet, you had to watch a colorized, unedited version of World War II.
Yeah,
I didn't realize till now that the 40s were also in color. Thought it was a very black and white war. This was a shocking revelation to me.
It does speak leagues, though, that the internet was such a fucking toxic shit show yesterday that I chose to watch footage of the Holocaust in color instead because I just wanted to chill out,
I probably should have done the same thing. Yesterday I had someone threaten to throw acid in my face.
Get out, really?
Like, maybe I should be watching World War II stuff right now.
Why did they
listen,
why?
Say, because he needs to put his goddamn burqa back on. That's why. That pretty face, his husband will be so upset when he realizes how many people have seen him.
Because they think I would make an excellent Joker.
Oh, okay. That would be good. That'd be good.
It's like, I'm going to throw acid on your face because I want you to see the fourth dimension like I do.
I hope he's just talking about orange juice.
It's like all of a sudden, like, yeah, it's like, well, no, it's like that great clip from Vocative where they're like, this woman is throwing bleach on men's crotches to stop them from manspreading. It's like, please throw LSD in my face to stop me from just looking bored. It's like, there. Oh shit, what's happening? Wow, you were pretty, but now you have so many wings. Oh.
This guy's crazy. I only have one pair of wings.
So, like, I'm trying to remember. I was actually trying to look it up, but if I'm not mistaken, actually, Michael Mann's 1995 film Heat, if I'm not mistaken, because it was the first time we ever had De Niro and Pacino in the same movie together. That was like a big selling point for it. The scene in the diner where they're talking, if I'm not mistaken, that whole thing is improv.
Is it really?
If I'm not mistaken, I've been trying to look it up like here for a couple of minutes, but I remember reading that like there was like a basic outline of what Michael Mann wanted them to talk about, and he was just like, just sit, just go.
Yeah.
Everybody's been waiting for this. Just do it.
Yeah, if I was making a film, I would honestly, like, if I had De Niro and Pacino and I had a scene between them, and I'm like, here's the idea, stick to the idea, make it work, because I hate my screenwriters, because the Writers Guild is terrible.
Oh, man. Yeah. Incredible shit. So, what the hell was I just about to say? Fuck. Oh yeah, no, okay. So yeah, the basic sum and total of this article is they're editing down Deadpool 2 for
because they're gonna make. Well, yeah, they had like space to fill or something because they moved around a bunch of shit. Like Elita, Dark Angel, whatever it's called, got or Battle Angel got moved to next year. Dark Phoenix got moved. So then suddenly the studio had this slot to fill, and they're like, I don't know, PG-13 Deadpool 2.
Right.
Now, shall we watch the video in which Ryan Reynolds introduces it?
I could. Do you want me to get my circle open so we could do this? I don't think I can do that. Not in an easy way. I could play it for everybody out there, but you guys aren't going to hear it.
I'm not really interested. Just let's like play it, and then we'll just make commentary up like we, listen to it. Does that work for you?
You never sent me an actual link to the video.
Oh, well, I didn't have one.
Oh.
In fact, he didn't do a video. It was just him. It was just
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds fart. It was just Ryan Reynolds farting for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it was him basically like saying like you need to spit on your hand at least twice before you can actually get Richard Branson off.
I don't think there actually is a video of it. I think that's just a picture.
Well, why does it say there's a video in the fucking...
It doesn't say that there's a video. It says he teased it perfectly with a picture of him and Fred Savage, like from The Princess Bride. That's all.
Oh.
Well, now don't you feel silly?
Well, now I feel like I need to spit in my hand again, but that's for when we finally finish the show.
Baron Cab says, Chairman of the Board was Carrot Top, not Pauly Shore. Who cares?
When you said that, in my head, I was like, that's Carrot Top, not Pauly Shore, but I didn't say anything because I was like, if I seriously stop the show to say this, like, that just makes me look stupid.
By the way, for any future guests who might be out there waiting to get on the show, if you get that motion, like that notion in your head, like, I should say this, don't, because somebody else will give us money to say it instead.
Exactly.
That's true.
And
we're not Channel Awesome. We're not Channel Awesome. We've got
it. Who knows my Pauly Shore filmography trivia?
Yeah. Pauly Shore is actually kind of a genius, though. His solo project, Pauly Shore is Dead, was actually really good.
I still love Encino, man.
Yeah.
I still love In the Army Now. That's what made me join the Army in the first place.
Y2KNW says, do the lightsaber battle, but use that bad dragon dildo someone sent you. Everybody keeps wanting me to fucking use that thing in a video. And I'm not, it's not that I'm opposed. I am always tempted to be like, I could just whip out a giant fucking horse cock that somebody sent me over the internet.
Steal a crowbar.
Yeah, you're complaining about that while people used to actually give us money for you to actually, like, rot your insides with paint.
That's true. That's very true.
We're graduating here. No, you notice when's the last time you heard a Steel Panther reference?
That's true. Nobody tries to torment me with Steel Panther or Korn lyrics anymore, so that's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you want to do that, it costs you money.
It's true. Dragon of the West says, maybe we'll get more R-rated movies after Deadpool. I hope so. That would be good. Breadmaster PBJ, the TV edit for Devil's Advocate should never have happened, and everyone involved in it should feel bad. Devil's Advocate, is that the Pacino and the Keanu Reeves movie?
Yeah, where he's Satan.
Oh, yeah. That's a good movie.
I like that movie, yeah.
Honestly, like Al Pacino's whole scene about why God doesn't care anymore is how I justify continuing on YouTube.
And on the TV edit, he goes, "God does care."
He does not.
No, I'm not seeing the TV version.
Okay, neither have I. I'm like, that doesn't sound completely implausible either.
Yeah, if it's ABC, then it's God does care. If it's CBS, then it's God never existed and Bush did 9/11 at this point. But yeah.
That would be interesting. Let's see. And then the last one was Gabby G Wiz just sent us some flying money. Thank you very much, darling. Appreciate you. All right. So the Ryan Reynolds thing was a bust because Nick doesn't know how to vet his articles, so that's okay.
It turns out it's going to be just a regular PG version.
That's right.
Yeah. But this next item I think is really actually very, very culturally important. I think it.
I want to see if there's a fucking video. Shit. Hang on. If there's a video for this, I'm gonna be really happy. There is. Okay, you know what, gentlemen, we're getting a My Circle going.
Yay!
Yeah, we need a My Circle so we can watch this together.
So you
guys talk between each other.
Yeah,
talk amongst yourselves.
Yes. Well, so here's the thing. He's like, I've been looking for a while for a new co-host for YouTube Saints. Now he's not paying attention. I want you to pay very close attention. Now, here's the thing. I understand Channel Awesome was a thing. It's great, but then then there was this anonymous boomer who came along and decided to destroy it all. So let's rebuild something new together, shall? Well, shit, Jeff can still hear us, can't he?
My lips are sealed.
I hope so, because
I am the
otherwise-
YouTube Saints now.
Yes, oh, I know.
Yep. This is actually very tactical, though, so I'm setting it this way so I
You-
can send them a link.
YouTuber Saints, as it was. But yeah, in the chat though, so we've got what's called a My Circle. It's a thing we can watch videos together with. So if
Yeah.
you check the chat in your Skype, you'll see that loaded. And oh yes, 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 yes.
I'm glad that you were excited for this, Nick.
I am very excited.
Okay. Good.
Yes. This is.
Oh,
this is...
what's this title now?
No, it's E. Look at that.
Well, this is what Nick wanted us to watch. So, woman uses moose poop for her artwork. Let's check this out.
Welcome to New England.
There's a lot going on at this Somerville home. There are 2 adults, 3 kids, more than 60 animals, including
And a
some
lot
fish,
of fiber.
and a whole
Oh
bunch.
my God. I love
Uh,
how it almost looks like she is about to land at the end of AI and give and give the young boy his Pinocchio dream of sentience.
what? I don't. What?
This the Spielberg film AI.
Yeah,
in which
but I.
Haley Joel
Kids, more
Osment
than 60
played a
animals, including
Pinocchio
some
boy
fish,
who
and a
got
whole
frozen
bunch
in ice until aliens
roosters.
showed up and gave him what he wanted. But look at her! Look at her! Look at her!
I don't see her. I see a big old basket of moose shit.
Yeah, she's
Well,
scooping up cereal to make him breakfast.
Ugh.
Mary Winchenbach runs Turdy Works. It's art.
That is
from
classic
stuff
Witch and Badge.
Turdy works. Okay. All right.
that moose leave behind.
Everyone takes a crap. Everyone goes to the bathroom, so everyone can relate
Spoiler
to that.
alert.
And the terms that I use to name these products are everyday terms that, people are used to hearing and stuff. So it just kind of, you just try to, combine the two to come up with something.
I think one of those was titled "Pieces of Feces."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman needs a rap album.
I'm sure she needs a
Feces
SoundCloud, please.
nutrageous.
Ooh.
She's gonna be what, Lil Moose?
God damn, little moose. Yeah.
Halfway decent that's funny, For example, the first thing that we make now, instead of a cuckoo clock, see, this is a poo-poo clock. And what we did is we took them turds and we crammed them in between the number there, so that's 132, 33, 30.
That's
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, wow.
Real mature, Mom.
Listen.
It's a little bit past 7:30 over here on the West Coast.
Listen, you guys are making fun of this, but listen, this is my culture. This is my heritage. This is New England, okay? So like, if maybe you don't have enough moose turds to pick up and build a high school wood shop clock out of, well, you need to stop shaming us for that, because you know what? You need to check your fucking privilege, boys. Can we continue with the video? Because I think she's making glorious ice cream pops out of this moose shit. Okay?
it's just one
Guess
of many
I'll have
products
the first bite.
she offers.
That's right.
Now over here we make fecal people. And depending upon the shape of them middle turds right there, we can do them with big boobs or guts or butts or long legs or short legs. See, because there's no 2 turds that are ever alike. You ever seen a turd?
Turds
Two
are
turds
people
alike?
too.
I fucking love this woman.
It's like the
I
worst
love
thing
her.
that's happened to Mr. Bill.
I love.
Oh, no.
I love her enthusiasm though. Like, all right, yeah, listen. I know you all think I'm a crazy ass bitch, but here's the thing: I got middle turds, big turds, little turds, whatever you want. I got all kinds of turds. Listen, I'm about to rent a fucking flailing arm inflatable tube man to advertise these turds to you on the internet. So yeah, thank you for coming by. By the way, apparently. If we're guessing from the corner there, you should eat BK. By the way, I don't want you to associate BK with moose turds from now on. But McDonald's doesn't make their burgers out of moose shit. All I'm saying.
That's an off-menu product.
That's right. Yeah. You gotta know a guy.
That's the
Yeah.
New England version of the double animal style.
Yeah.
Come up to
Oh.
Burger King. Yeah. It's like, hey, can I get a Whopper moose style? Oh, what do you mean? No, you know what I mean. No.
I'll take a crapper, Junior.
It'll take it'll take a minute. I gotta put the vinyl gloves on.
Crapper.
Like, see, because there's no two turds that are ever alike. Have you ever seen a turd, the two turds alike?
It's poetry.
No.
Mary says half
No.
the battle is getting a product, but to do that, she doesn't have to travel far.
The turds are
Oddly
all
enough, it
over-
mostly smells like piss in there.
Thing is, I keep putting moose bait out on my porch. Now, by moose bait, I mean by it's basically Bowserette shit. But yeah, they come around, they eat that shit up, and then they crap all over my yard, and I make art out of it. So you welcome to Maine.
Just go out and track the moose, and wherever the moose are, they're going to take a crap. And I have found that when a moose takes a dump,
It's
you walk
delicious.
about 50 yards in any direction, and they take another dump.
It's a fairly simple.
Because you keep following them.
I love that this artist.
If I had some crazy ass bitch follow me around all the time picking up my shit, I'd start getting scared. I'd start crapping more.
I'd be like, fine, I'm going to the next stall over.
I got a handmade
Brian.
oak barrel. By the way, I got a handmade oak barrel to put the turds in, because, no two turds are the same. I want to make sure that we get a multicultural society up in my barrel. And this is how I make clocks and wind chime.
Okay.
And when a moose takes a dump, they'll crap out between 200 and 400 turds every time they take a crap. So it's
What?
It's just-
200 and 400 turds?
Listen, we're going for comedy value here. Just let her keep talking.
like I get $5 a turd for these things, so I get jumping right up and down. I get excited when I see a turd.
Since going viral,
I'm a millionaire right
next
now.
Local stop.
I get about $5 when I see a turd, so I'm really excited when I see a turd. It's like,
I'll take.
oh,
I got $5. I'll take that thing of moose shit.
honestly, that's like trying to get laid in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Like, hey, happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Oh my
Kiss
god.
under the turd mistletoe.
Listen, the kids really wanted to make their own Christmas ornaments
Miss-
this year, so
Missile
just don't say what they are.
missile turd or turdsel-toe?
Mm.
Here's the thing I'm wondering, were those little chrome fucking ring hooks popping out of them when she found them?
Probably not.
The mooses there have a really weird diet. They mostly eat metal rings and fake eyeballs.
Will be, but she's
They
upping
like
her
to
game
eat.
with a new Turdy Works Facebook page to peddle her poop.
Get on there, and that's all my turds are on that page right there with the prices, and click on them, and then get to me and let me know what you need for turds, and I ship everywhere.
Language.
Okay.
Oh my god. Jeff, we really need to reach out to this woman and establish a branding deal for YouTube Saints merch, I think.
Yeah.
Turdy Works. I'm looking up her fucking Facebook page.
I will do the same thing. The cinema shit.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
Hey,
you know what?
Hey, Brad, I will fight you if you fucking step on my IP, okay?
That's my turd, you son of a bitch. That's my turd.
All right,
Listen, I swear to God, that was corn in that one. You don't get to sell corn turds, Brad.
All
Okay?
All right, here we go. This is Turdy Works, facebook.com/TIRDY Works. And there she is, all beautiful with her main moose turds.
Don't show it too much, because I want us the crowd watching right now. Would you guys buy YouTube Saints branded moose shit?
I'll buy anything if it's branded in moose shit.
Yeah. I'm
Exactly. Hey,
wondering,
hey, look, we just got an endorsement from Brad from Channel Awesome. So you guys go ahead. You go ahead and you smash that one button, and I'm gonna assume those are all devoted fucking orders.
It should be the number 2 button.
Okay, yeah, 1 or 2, 1 or 2.
Hang on a second. Okay. Hello. I was wondering how much it would. Hang on. Hello. I was wondering how much it would be to get the word Saints in moose turds. Perhaps mounted if you have a frame, and then shipped to Oregon. All right.
And can you make us an ice sculpture of moose piss?
Oh, God, you know what? Here's a weird thing I really, really want to do, and it's terrible, and I probably shouldn't say it on this stream, but I'm going to anyway. I want a big, I want just like one big pressed, and then she can heat it and press it, so it's one big square of moose shit, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Then I want the YouTube play button pressed into that, yeah?
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh my God, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
That went way better. First, I thought you were gonna be like, "All right, don't laugh at me," but I want a big square thing of moose shit and a fork.
Yeah.
And the thing, and the great thing we can do though is when we get that moose shit play button, that can be the official YouTube insignia of you have almost but not quite hit 10,000 subscribers for your channel.
No. That's if you hit 10,000 subscribers and then fell below 8,000 subscribers. Nailed it. Nailed it.
We're gonna need to take that moose shit plaque back.
You've gone above 20,000. Listen, you got to send that back. Featuring that next to all of your bobbleheads and anime toys while talking about how awful the She-Ra reboot is. We're really gonna need that back.
Okay, can I take a moment? Can I take a moment here? And I just, this is something that's kind of like, it's been weighing on me for a while, and I feel like I can share this with the two of you. Actually, here, we'll take a moment. We'll finish this video in just a second. But like, gentlemen, I have a problem. Poop. It follows me everywhere I go. And it does. I'm not like, this is a real thing. This is very real. For some reason, poop follows me everywhere I go. The reason why I was on national television on Dr. Phil was exposing a poop cult. Everywhere I fucking go, everything has to do with shit. My life is surrounded by shit. Everything, and like right now, I'm super excited because I'm like, oh my God, I want a bunch of things made out of. Why?
It sounds like Fiona Apple lyrics at this point.
I feel like maybe I should get in touch with Fiona Apple because she's not doing a lot lately to maybe write a song about the ballad of Jeff Holiday, and it's all about how we got surrounded in shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, that sounds more like an Adele song.
No, Adele just sounds like Adele is actually pretty wonderful music.
Needs to be a Bjork song, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
See, the chat's
that is the sound it makes when it comes out.
The chat's all laughing and shit because, you know, and the thing is, my friend Biotech Babe just sent me a fucking link the other day, a closed group on Facebook called Cooking with Feces. Like, this is this is my life now. This is all there is. Everything is dead. All dead. Nothing but poop now for Jeff. Hooray.
What does it say, Jeff? What does it say, Jeff? Though,
I'm fine.
That as your channel turns towards shit and grows, my channel turns to shit and dies.
That I know how to fertilize? No, I do.
Apparently.
I guess.
I am not a field of grass, God damn it!
Okay, anyway. Let's finish
You are
this up.
no cow, my friend. That's not gonna play well.
Well, what do you say?
They're listening.
We'll have to ask the producers later.
You can make money any way you can find it, I guess, up in Maine.
I guess. Are you going to be able to do weather?
I am. I'm a professional, guys. I'll pull it together.
They have fun.
I don't like it. I don't like they're making fun of the poop lady, and you know what? The poop lady, I feel very simpatico about the poop lady. She made shit work for her. I made shit work for me.
Not just that, also, like, she's trying to make art that people can decorate their lives with using moose shit, whereas Jillian wants people to make health out of seawater and runny diarrhea.
As if these news anchors don't have voodoo dolls made of shit.
No, I know. Right? I mean, okay.
Actually,
let's be honest.
I thought
let's be
the
honest.
brunette
The dude in the middle, like, can we be honest here?
He's already pooped his pants. That's why he's feeling so awkward.
He does look like an adult Gerber baby.
He's like, well,
He does. He absolutely does.
welcome to NBC Live in Philadelphia. I've already got a full diaper, yet I'm fully warm. Let's turn over to Trisha Takanawa for the weather.
I really hope that nobody looks at my Twitter back in 2011 when I was soliciting a bunch of coprophiliac prostitutes.
In fact, that's all I even tweet about nowadays.
You know what's really amazing about this segment, though?
What?
We have officially gotten through the news.
We did. Well, I mean, for the most part, we did. Yeah. Yeah.
What, did you have more?
Not really. Although, I do.
Although, yes, I do.
Well, okay, hang on. Let me switch back to this. I do actually feel compelled. Oh, and I just clicked over my window and there's the Cinema Snob talking about Persecuted. It's a good video, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. You know what? I it's so rare that I have somebody around who understands like the craziness of subversive, weird, bizarre acting. So
oh yeah.
You know, and it's great because me and Nick understand each other, and we've engaged in this for a while. But a lot of our guests are just kind of like, yeah, it just seems like that's just a bad movie. And I'm like, you don't understand.
You don't understand the passion that went into this.
Yes, you don't understand what a passion project, just like the very definition of a passion project means. You know.
Yeah.
Like some people they'll be like, oh yeah, like Neil Breen. Like, yeah, like Neil Breen, but more. There's more than just like Tommy Wiseau and Neil Breen. There's a lot. There's a whole lot.
Yeah. There's Dancing It's On. There's.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So check this out. We gotta take this journey together real quick. Just for a little bit.
Just get it over with.
Yes. Oh yes.
Let's see how you like the dark, egotistical bitch.
Feel great.
Kato Kalin, you get out of there.
People like you are a cancer on society. You think you own every goddamn thing and everyone, but you don't own me.
Hands over, he's talking to a kitten.
It's time that somebody taught you a lesson in respect and decency. You took advantage of me and assaulted my pride. My life is ruined because of you. You evil bitch!
You insulted my lions!
Your days of torturing me are over. Now, it's my turn.
The wigs.
Dance.
The wigs are the best.
You can't escape me.
The wig?
Because
the
I
wigs.
have the keys. Come out, wherever you are.
Yes.
Silk Stalking sucks nowadays.
Brett Kavanaugh!
Hang on a second. Did you just fucking say Silk Stockings?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Somebody else who knows what the fuck Silk Stockings is?
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Oh my
Early
god.
90s USA Network.
Oh man. And like at a certain point, like when they got Rhonda Shear in there, it's USA Up All Night.
Up all night.
That's right. Oh my god. Rhonda Shear was my fucking, I think maybe my first crush was Rhonda Shear.
Yeah. It's like Rhonda Shear. She's hot and she's introducing Friday the 13th Part 2.
Right?
The sounds of men who lived without Skinemax.
Yes. Dude, I still have a few old Spice movies that I recorded.
Shit.
Yeah, on VHS. I like 3 years ago, me and my wife.
Do they have the vertical hold just not working anymore?
Yeah, dude, it looks terrible. Like I recorded with an old Elgato off a piece of shit VCR to make it really fucked up. And me and my wife, we downloaded I think it was called like Temple of Passion off of Spice TV, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we remixed it, and this is back when like you know who Anita Sarkeesian and shit is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I made Chest Hard Hammer and the Temple of Sarkeesian, where we dubbed over the Temple of Passion, and he's like an Indiana Jones dude, and we like totally redubbed an old Spice movie. I have like 2, maybe 3 more still like digitally archived that someday I'm gonna turn into something. I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Cinemax when I was growing up, so I would have like the guide and everything and be like, okay, I got to schedule my masturbation.
Yeah.
All right, like 10 p.m. on Friday, Bikini Car Wash Company is on, so let's circle that. We got a Shannon Weary movie over here.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Red Shoe Diaries is coming on around 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I flip over to Showtime.
Yep.
So Emmanuel was always a little spicy.
No,
yes,
Emmanuel.
series.
Yeah, but Emmanuel was also like the biggest letdown too, because half the time you tune in remembering that really hot shit you saw last time, and then the next time you tune in, it's like, why am I watching Days of Our Lives?
Oh yeah.
Or,
okay.
It's like put a Shannon Tweed movie back on, damn it.
Yes.
You sit there, you get caught up in the plot, and you're like, how does Andrew Stevens not know what's going on?
Shannon
Can
Tweed.
someone please stuff a cock into something? I'm very bored.
Shannon Tweed was wonderful, but I like the fact that you like, okay, Bikini Car Wash sucked. Bikini Car Wash 2 sucked. Bikini Car Wash Company, fucking aces. That movie. I fucking pumped my meat so much to that fucking movie when I was a kid. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So many soapy boobs.
I was so happy to own a VCR.
I'll say that Showtime and Cinemax were both my introduction to women licking each other's pelvises just above the clitoris, which is probably why so many men of my generation miss the mark.
My first introduction to video editing was 2 VCRs and me recording over and over and over again Erica Liniak popping out of the cake in Under Siege. Yeah. Because
like it's like when you would rent like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and it would always get really staticky in the slow motion pool scene.
Yup.
See, this is why I hate the fact that Jeff is better at After Effects than I am, though. Because back in the day, in the mid-90s, I remember actually like cutting and clipping the porn sound scenes from the intro to Astro Creep 2000 from White Zombie over stop motion animation that I had made. And they were round clay people. Yeah. And I remember thinking it was really funny at the time. And that's what maybe that was the moment in which I knew that I would never fit into polite society.
Oh my God.
That was when I knew I was going to get kicked out of the library.
That's when I knew that I would be banned from Canada.
Oh shit. Kids, keep it down up there.
Who the hell were?
My knee! Bullets, my only weakness.
This little table holds your future.
Oh, he's back.
Oh yeah.
This is real.
He's made this is his acting reel.
This is his sizzle
and these
reel.
are all full-length movies.
These are all most of these are short movies that you can find on his YouTube channel.
Okay.
Only 2 full-length features he ever actually got a chance to make. One is on Amazon Prime right now, which I think is Bible Belt Slasher Part 2.
Okay.
And
I'm honestly really upset that I didn't name my channel Bradco.
Yeah.
I'm honestly like really hoping that our audience will like go and review these movies and be like, it's bad, but it's not as bad as Nick's shit.
Well, okay. I've been very seriously considering, because I do mostly just pseudoscience videos these days, but every now and then I used to do something kind of off kilter. I really do want to make a video just about Bradley Crienzo on my main channel, because I want this dude to get exposure. And I've already been like emailing him back and forth a little bit, and he's a great dude.
I was gonna ask, like, yeah, is he a nice dude?
Oh, he's super nice. He's super self-aware. He's like, it's really cool that you like get why I make my videos and why I like, because I was telling him, like, dude, I can tell, like, you're all about that 80s aesthetic and shit, and like you're embracing a culture that I think is amazing.
He really wants to be on Best of the Worst.
Yeah, like he's very self-aware.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's like, the difference between him and Neil Breen is Neil Breen thinks he's making something that's gonna like change human consciousness, whereas Brad's like, I'm gonna make something that is like a love letter to an entire zeitgeist of movies, you know, of the 80s and the vibe. And he even does it in I mean, like, this is the production level at this point is pretty much on level with Silk Stockings, you know.
It looks very like 1991. Like, it looks very like with the blues going in there, and even like some of the dialogue and action scenes. It looks like it's in that like sweet period there of the late 80s, early 90s.
It's amazing. I think there's like, there's even, so in this one, he's kidnapped this woman's daughter because she testified against his brother, right?
Yeah.
And so he challenges her to a game of pool, and if she wins, she can choose if she dies or if her sister dies.
Yeah.
And it's just the most stupid, convoluted fucking plot in the world. And none of this is... What?
He just explained that, and then you explain that over him.
I know, but
You don't want to play?
I'm trying to soak in.
Yeah,
this is like Gary Oldman level shit, man.
Oh,
this is like
this is what
Romeo
I was
is
hoping for.
bleeding.
This is what I was hoping for. This is one of the reasons why I love this guy so much, and why, like, I keep bringing him up. It's this choice as a fucking movie maker. He chose to have a TV that's like from the fucking 80s. It's like maybe
dude,
early 80s.
I played my Atari on that TV.
Right.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, like you check into a motel when you have nowhere else to go, and like, there's a TV here.
Yeah, it's like, well, they have a couple channels.
He's literally piping in and he got an old fucking camera to get this with this like fucking disgusting sepia color with the bad vertical hold, the dude in an ill-fitting fucking suit, and the girl lazily tied to a chair. This is wonderful. It would take...
I think I've reviewed the movie he's watching on the TV.
Yeah. It would take less effort to make this look better. Like, he took a special effort to make it look like this. That's why I like this dude. So I just had to share this a little bit, because I find everything
love
about
it.
It's incredible.
I want to hang out with this dude.
Well, we already did go as far as actually mentioning Amy in a Cage. So I feel like, mentioning genuinely bad filmmakers who made genuinely bad films on purpose is only worthwhile. And I can't wait to see Huru's fucking email. Like, how could you talk about like that? How could you talk about our film like that? Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jeff loves it,
it's a good movie,
and other people don't, tells you it's great.
I got sent a screener the other day for a movie that's I need to watch this. It's a movie called Death Kiss that's starring a Charles Bronson lookalike.
Ooh,
I've heard of that.
Yeah, dude, look into this, because the guy it's seriously uncanny how much he looks like Charles Bronson. But then he starts talking, and it's like, oh, this isn't Charles Bronson.
Well, here's the question though: would you be willing to sit through a Saints movie night where we watch that with the cream of the crop, by the way, of our Discord crew? Because I mean,
the Death Kiss?
Yes.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, yeah.
Oh
Okay, hang on. So
hang on,
hang on. Can we confirm for Tuesday? Yeah.
Well, I've got a lot of. Not that soon.
Oh, I see. Yes.
There it is.
So
Yeah,
I'm like, that's a great idea. As long as I'm not committed to it.
Just as long as it's optional. No, I'm kidding.
Just as long as I can back out.
We're in pre-production right now on a movie. There's a lot of stuff I got to do this week on that. But yeah, like even like a week or two out, like I totally will.
Sweet.
Okay.
This dude's name.
Not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that.
We'll figure it out after the show. This dude's name is Robert Bronzy.
Yeah. Bronzploitation.
Wow. And he looks just fucking like him. This is wonderful.
It's fucking uncanny.
Death Kiss.
Death
Kiss. Okay. And it doesn't, on their IMDb page doesn't even have a synopsis. They're like, you can't define this.
It's like looking at it's like I already know the plot of this movie. It is definitely going to be a vigilante film.
I had no idea that Justin Wang's dad did movies.
Oh wow. You know what? And it also stars the worst Baldwin.
Daniel Baldwin's in it. Yeah. It wouldn't even be the worst. Like, no matter how this movie turns out, it's like I've seen Christmas with a capital C. It's not going to be the worst Daniel Baldwin movie I've seen.
I know. I'm just fucking straight up sold at this point. I mean, like, didn't Daniel Baldwin play like a bartender in a fucking like Chris it was Chris Rock. Yeah, no, it was like Chris Rock video or some shit.
Did he?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, Daniel Baldwin played a bartender. I think it was a P. Diddy video. Holy shit.
He was the bad guy in Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. And Daniel Baldwin played a bartender in a hip hop, in like a mid-90s hip hop video. This is when like Mace was big, yeah.
Okay.
He was the douchey guy in John Carpenter's Vampires.
That's true, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was himself on a couple episodes of The Sopranos.
Yep. Oh my God. But okay, so John Carpenter's Vampires. James Woods. Opinions on James Woods these days?
Not much as a person, really, but I still love his movies. Yeah, just like 2 days ago, I went back. I love this fucking movie. I went back and rewatched Cat's Eye just a couple days ago. His section, the Quitters Inc., which is fucking great. Like, I love that damn movie, especially at this time of year.
He was amazing.
I'll still like James Woods is huh?
Oh, sorry.
No.
He was amazing. Lester in Casino.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
he was the lawyer in Casino. And fucking Videodrome is a classic, of course. But it's like is it hard for you? Because it's hard for me sometimes. Is it hard for you these days with like how weird and crazy political the world has gotten over the past, I don't know, like 2 years or something like that? Is it hard for you to like to differentiate between the politics of an actor and like their roles? Because I don't know if James Woods has soured it for me yet, but he's like, some people have actually soured me.
Sure. No, and maybe like a couple have in my case, but by and large, no, because I mean, I've never really been like that. I've always grown up knowing that a lot of like my heroes don't really have the same politics I do, and that doesn't bother me. Like,
right.
I've got members of my family who, a couple members of my family who certainly don't have the same politics I do, and it doesn't ruin Christmas for me at all. So I understand when that does ruin it for people. I get it. It's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, come on, get over it. Like, I'm not really saying that. I understand. I just don't really have that because I never really did. And I can't now all of a sudden act like I do.
As somebody who's currently drinking, I will say it is funny because I was, and I shit you not, I was effectively court ordered to watch a James Woods movie once.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is the same reason I'm not allowed in Canada anymore. But yeah, no, so apparently, like, when you, in New Hampshire at least, if you get arrested for driving over the limit, which I was arrested for, and I went through all of that, and
Yeah.
but yeah, part of the drunk drivers rehab course was they made you watch True Believer with James Woods.
Oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
In which James Woods plays the founder of AA, alongside not Robert Downey Jr., but alongside James Garner. And oh my God, it was fucking fantastic. He's playing this. I think it was like a stockbroker or a business guy. He's like in this back room of something, talking, like haggling with his wife while he takes hits off a liquor bottle over and over and over again. And then he realizes he has a problem. And then as James Garner is dying on his deathbed, he's like, "That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We made ourselves by not drinking." Thinking to myself, like, well,
credits.
I still have to live in New Hampshire, so no, I'm not convinced, but very good performance by James Woods in that film. I'm very glad I was ordered by the court to attend a class which made me watch that movie in order to kill time, because those giving the class were undoubtedly alcoholics. They just wouldn't tell you.
There's only one actor out there that it doesn't ruin the film for me, but and this is saying a lot too, because like I'd say there was probably about a year where I didn't really want to watch a Mel Gibson movie. You know?
Oh, sure.
You know, it's like, let's give Mel a break for a little bit. I love Ransom, love Payback.
Yo, yeah.
Love the Mad Max movies. They're great.
Lethal Weapon.
Oh my God, yeah, of course. But
$1 Million Hotel.
But I gave him a break for about a year, but I was like, okay, I can get over it because the strength of his performances. There's one that still bugs me, and it's actually Ashley Judd. We just talked about it on, I think, Wednesday. Because she's a great actress, you know. She was in an Alex Cross movie. She wasn't always a good actress. She was in Heat. She was in Along Came a Spider. She's a great actress. But I tried to watch. So you like David Lynch? Did you watch Twin Peaks: The Return?
No, not The Return. I haven't gotten a chance to yet.
You should. If you like Twin Peaks, it's more Fire Walk with Me and less Twin Peaks the series. It's way more like Walk with Me. It's not easy to get through, but it's brilliant for what it is. It's a David Lynch thing. She's only in 2 episodes, but every time she shows up, all I can think is Cheeto dust. Her like at the Women's March, like screaming about, and I don't like Trump or anything, but she's like equating the president to Cheeto dust, and it infected my brain like a weird earworm. And now when I see her, that's all I can think of, and it just took me totally out of it.
Is this a weird thing though?
I hate that. It's unfortunate.
Is this a weird thing though that I spent 10 years on the professional left, right?
Oh.
And yet my hang up with Ashley Judd in that case is the Star Trek episode Games. Because she's really bad in that. Really bad.
Yeah, it was not her strongest performance.
No, she was. Here's the thing. This was when Ashley Judd was on par with Will Wheaton, and it takes a lot of effort to get over that.
Sure.
And then it's like Cheeto dust. Yeah. What about Games, bitch? I'm sorry. I know I lost my cool there. I'm supposed to be impartial. This is a YouTube show, after all.
No, I mean, I kind of, the way I look at it too is since I review, I kind of have to have that disconnect really, because I do review like everything that comes out. So, you know, we reviewed, a good example. A few weeks ago, there was that movie that just came out, The Billionaire Boys Club.
Right.
Not a good movie, and it only made like $126 over the weekend it came out. I'm like, well, apparently I'm one of the only people who saw this. So we reviewed it, and Kevin Spacey is in the movie. And when I was watching it, in the review, I went, look, it's my job to sit here and review the movie. And I watched it with my wife, and when he came on, I looked at her and went, he is still the only good thing about this movie. So, you know, I got to have that when I'm reviewing this stuff. I just kind of got to have that disconnect. I'm sitting here, I got to review this as a product. And it was a bad movie. It was a really, really bad movie. But I got to honestly say, like, okay, he was the best part about this film.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to tweet out the link to this stream, by the way, hashtag best part about Kevin Spacey, perfectly fine hashtag. You know.
Oh sure, they were doing that. They were doing that.
Our show with that. We're fine.
They were doing that in the comments when we reviewed the film.
So I have to apologize actually to you, Nick, because I was really confused, and this is embarrassing for me because I'm a big Star Trek fan. What I thought was initially Ashley Judd's like offering into Star Trek Next Generation was the episode The Dolphin. That was actually by the actress Jamie Hubbard, who never really did hardly anything else, but then went and became a child clinical psychologist and a psychotherapist in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And she's currently treating children who were subject to jelly juice, I'm guessing, yes? Wow. It all comes full circle, Jeff.
It's in her.
Don't doubt me. That's the point.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got that one wrong. Let's catch up real quick on Super Chats. Super fast. One Canuck says, every time I Super Chat, I'm buying moose shit. You should be. Brainwash says, hey... Hey, Jeffo, how about creating a band called the Poo Poo Dolls? Oh, my God. There are a lot of Discord members that are musicians. It'd be as great as... Yeah, right? It'd be as great as Ruben and the Jets, I promise you. Well, we'll see.
And I don't want the world to see me, so I started a live stream on Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, guys.
Their debut single.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. It's the world's crazy, and I'm just trying to have some fun in it, you know.
Yeah.
So the weirder the better, and that's kind of like where I've been existing with these days is trying to find like the weirdest, craziest, hardest to watch things. That's always kind of a trend.
Oh yeah. By the way, speaking of hardest to watch, thank you all 123 people who are watching right now for deciding that this was better than watching Magog and Undoomed. Thank you.
Oh shit! I could be watching the dog right now.
My dog. I love how you're like, oh, I could be watching my dog right now. Yeah. I'm gonna start a parody channel for Magog right now called Madog.
Madog. Yeah.
It's like I could be watching my dog. Oh, what's my dog up to? Oh, he's shitting in the backyard. God damn.
Oh, man.
And we love Magog.
We love Magog.
Just stop streaming when we're streaming.
Bastards. But yeah, oh yeah, okay. So we were trying to announce something different or Cringe of the Week and whatnot. Nick had an idea, and I was like, I don't like it. And then Brad was like, well, what about this? And it was the same thing that Nick said. So I guess like the Cringe of the Week is. And I didn't pull anything up, and you didn't send me anything. I guess the Cringe of the Week
I did send you a thing.
Did you? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes,
Where? What did you send it to me?
I sent it to you in the chat thing.
In the Skype thing?
Between you and I before this thing happened. Yes.
In the Skype thing.
Yes. I asked you.
Okay, hang on. Let me look. Jesus Christ.
Because it was 19 seconds, which means like the chance of a DMCA is very low.
What are you fucking talking about? I don't see shit. Wait. Oh God. Okay. No. All right. I found it. All right. Hang on. Hang on. I have to cut out the nudity.
Yeah.
Well.
Not even.
To,
No, he just has to just bring it up here. Now, for our cringe of the week, this is a thing which all of you are already familiar with. So we're just going to show you a very short 19-minute clip from another channel, which maybe you ought to...
19 seconds.
Seconds. 19 seconds. But if you like this shit, go ahead and go comment on the video and be like, hey, good job, the Saints sent us. And if you don't like it, go and do the same thing. But all the same, it's 19 seconds. Fair use. Fair use.
Have the urge to jump inside of a painting.
That was it?
That was it.
What was it?
It's Bowsette. The cringe of the week is Bowsette. Congratulations. All of you are so burned out on actual porn that you actually need lizard women made from Mario characters in order to fap off to.
Look, if I want a lizard woman, I'll just start DMing a Lizzie Easy.
If I want a lizard woman, I'll just actually contact Liz Reptile.
That's nothing. That's what Bowsette is. Like, I was seeing people mentioning it online. I just thought it would literally look like Bowser, but just in a dress.
No, that was the 80s cartoon. What we have now is a bunch of weebs making big titty blonde bitches with Bowser shells on the back.
Well, it wouldn't be the weirdest porn I've had to sit through. I've seen Strokemon.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that
hang on, Nick.
That's a thing.
What Strokemon?
Strokemon, look it up. That's a thing I had to watch for the site.
Go on, Jeff. Let's do this. In the meantime, beating off to a feminized version of Bowser from Mario. Here's the thing: vagina is not as scary as you might think.
Tell me more.
I mean, it can cause lots of problems, but a spiked turtle shell is not amongst them.
Not if you use it right.
Exactly. See, here's the great thing: is when you get her on all fours, you can use those spikes as handles.
There it is.
Oh God. Oh, this is great. No, this is even better. Here's the thing.
Oh, wait till it cuts to Dickie Chew.
Yeah, well, as cringe of the week, we introduced Bowser. Let's highlight this by pointing out that it has been better for a long time.
This is risky to do on fucking YouTube. Let's. Okay.
I got an idea. I got an idea. Stop it now, Jeff. Put a link in the description if you guys would like to fap off to something that is slightly more erotic than
just start pounding your fist on the keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I think.
You still watching Strokemon?
No, I just realized maybe on the side something bad might have popped. I'm gonna have to fucking edit this fucking stream. God damn it!
Really?
Did you get the video? If you got the video off it? Did you get the video off of YouTube that you were playing?
No, I was just playing it on Pornhub.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Yep, I'm gonna have to edit this fucking stream. Woo, boy!
That's my fault. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I got it. I'll take care of it.
No, it's wonderful. Here's the thing, though, is this is what YouTube Saints exists for. Simple normies think that an anime version of Peach with a Bowser shell on her back is some quality video game porn. Meanwhile, you have no idea how deep that vagina you have never seen in person actually goes.
Oh boy. So anyway, yeah.
By the way, hang on, real quick. If any of you watching right now, 117, because we've lost some viewers thanks to that thing.
Thanks,
but if you are so interested, you can go ahead and click that Streamlabs link to contribute to the YouTube Saints Legal Defense Fund as we try and keep our channel alive following YouTube's inevitable nuking of what we've done.
My fault.
Josh's fault. If we don't win in court, all that money goes to me.
Okay, so last but not least, JSC Hong says, need a lizard woman. Alex Jones can hook you up. Too true. Very true. Okay, so Cinema Snob, Brad, your latest project is Stoned Gremlin Productions, right?
Oh, that's the name of my channel. Yeah.
Yeah. So because the channel, like, I don't even know, Channel Awesome's not a thing anymore.
No, it is. I'm still on it.
Oh, you are still on. Okay, shit. Well,
yeah.
I'll put a link on that.
It survived the Medicare? Wow. I would have thought an army of autists would have never stopped.
No, like, but my channel is that I've had for a while is called Stoned Gremlin Productions.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
That's where all my videos are.
Awesome. Okay.
And I'm still linked over on Channel Awesome.
Now I can assume though, because you are a film reviewer, you will publicly say on your massive channel with millions of viewers that YouTube Saints is a far better sequel to actual Boondock Saints than Boondock Saints 2.
Oh,
yes.
Lord, yes. Absolutely.
It's on record now.
Oh boy.
Well, we can get a Mexican, Jeff. It's fine. Just relax.
No. Anyway, so all right, everybody.
What's wrong with Mexicans?
Nothing's wrong with Mexicans, dear. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your YouTube Saints. We're here with the Cinema Snob, Brad. Links in the description. Yes. Go check out him. Go check out Bradley Cranzo, of course, because I always shill the shit out of him.
Yes.
And then otherwise, we'll be back on Wednesday on Twitch. And then again, every Friday here, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, what's the final word of the night there, Brad?
Oh, shit, me?
Yeah.
I guess that is my final word tonight. Oh, shit, are you talking to me?
Yes. Excellent. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, I had to like load all my shit in. Anyway, good night, everybody. Good night. Fuck off. Fuck you. We're out, and we love you. Bye-bye.